Alright guys, welcome back again. Survival Living here. So one of the biggest things that I see is how much food should you be prepping? That's one of the greatest questions actually, and what food should you be preparing? I mean, yeah. So right now guys, we are affiliated with Wallaby Goods, and Wallaby Goods has an interactive calculator that you guys can check out for free on the website. Link is in the description, but we'll go ahead and pop it up here for you guys. So with the aid of my cell phone, we've got some pop-up here for you. Emergency food calculator. This is by Wallaby Goods. Now you can actually put in numbers of adult family members ages 7 plus, number of younger family members is 0 to 6, and you can put down exactly how long you want to do it. 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and a year on your select duration. We are going to go ahead and pick the 1 year, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit the calculator, and it automatically brings up the grain to begin with. According to this, a total of 390 pounds of grain. That's 200 pounds of wheat, 30 pounds of flour, 70 pounds of rice, 30 pounds of oats, 30 pounds of pasta, 30 pounds of cornmeal. That's quite a bit. And that's 390 pounds of food right there. All right, this is one person for a year, and that's just the grains. Next up, canned or dry meats. We got a total of 20 pounds. That's bacon, beef, beef jerky, spam, chicken, fish, tuna fish, ham, hamburger, lamb, luncheon meat, mutton, pepperoni, pork, turkey, and more. Canned or dehydrated and freeze-dried meats are great for long-term food. Yeah, absolutely. So that's just another step right there in preparedness. All right, canned goods do have their place. Fats and oils, something a lot of people don't even think about preparing, don't even think about stocking up on, and your body does need fats and oils. Shortening, vegetable oil, peanut butter, salad dressing, mayo, and total fats and oil. 4 pounds of shortening, 1 quart of salad dressing, 3 quarts of mayonnaise, 4 pounds of peanut butter, and 3 gallons of vegetable oil. That is 1 gallon at 8 pounds. A total of 26 pounds of fat and oils for one person for 1 year. Now, that sounds like a lot of food, and it is. It really is. But if you're spacing this out every day, we're talking about eating food every day. All right, you're not skipping meals. You're not starving yourself. You're actually eating. Beans and legumes, dried beans, soybeans, lima beans, split peas, lentils, dry soup mix, and total legumes. A total of 70 pounds. We got 40 pounds of dry beans. In my opinion, when they say 40 pounds of dry beans, that could be mismatch of whatever. Kidney beans, pinto beans, because they don't have those on this list. Next one is 10 pounds of soybean, 5 pounds of lima beans, 5 pounds of split peas, 5 pounds of lentils, and 5 pounds of dry soup mix. So I stock up a lot of red kidney beans. I love kidney beans. We stock up a lot of pintos. We get decently priced with large bags of pintos. Limas, we got a lot of those, but those are not cheap. Have you guys seen the supermarkets lately? Grocery store prices for lima beans for a 1 pound bag is like $5. It's freaking crazy. Now I love my lima beans because I just put a little salt, put them on top of rice. It's great. Split peas I'm not a fan of, but I do stock up because when I'm hungry, I'm happy to eat it. But there is a lot of nutrition. Same with lentils. Lentils have a lot of nutritional value in them. We stock those up as well. Next up, guys, milk and dairy. Powder milk, evaporated milk, other dairy, total dairy is 87 pounds. That is more than the beans. 70 pounds for one person 1 year on beans, 87 pounds of dairy and milk, 72 pounds of dry milk, 15 cans of evaporated milk, 15 pounds of extra or other dairy. I'm guessing that's probably like cheese. You guys can get cheese and wax them and stuff like that. So it's a form of dairy. So these are just some good ideas. I mean, some of these things I'm looking at, I'm like, I didn't really think about that. All right, and I've been prepping for a very long time. This is what we usually put in our normal rotational stock. What I've shown you in videos and stuff, guys. We show you our prepper hauls, our weekly prep videos. Some of the stuff I'm like, didn't think about. Next up is sugars. Sugars is a total of 58 pounds. Sugar, brown sugar, honey, corn syrup, jams, powdered drink mixes, molasses, flavored gelatin. 40 pounds of normal sugar, 3 pounds of brown sugar, 3 pounds of honey, 3 pounds of jam, 1 pound of corn syrup, 1 pound of molasses, 1 pound of jello mix, 6 pounds of powdered juice mix. Now, one of the things I do want to point out, guys, most of these things that you're seeing here are combined into actual cooking. So it's not just, you know, you're going to start chugging corn syrup, all right? You don't do that. It's designed to actually for you cooking. Now, we're going to have to get some recipes because I don't really know what using corn syrup is going to be for. I have to check that one out. But they say up to a pound of corn syrup is something I'm going to take a look at. Cooking essentials. We have salt, baking powder, baking soda, yeast, jams, and vinegar. We got 5 pounds of salt for one person for a year. 1 pound of baking powder, 1 pound of baking soda, 1 pound of yeast, 1 gallon of vinegar. Now, yeast, yeah, you're gonna need that for making bread, absolutely. We get those little packets of yeast is what we used to get the little jars. Should be a pop-up there. I used to buy those, but my concern at the time was once you open it, you only have so long if you can't keep it nice and cold after opening. I just decided just to stock up on the little packets. That's entirely up to you what you guys want to do on that. Next up, fruits and vegetables. 320 quarts of canned fruits and vegetables. 90 pounds of total dry fruits and vegetables. That is a lot. I don't know how much a quart of canned fruits and vegetables are going to weigh because it depends on the density of the food inside of it, but 320 quarts, that is quite a bit. It really is. I mean, if you really think about the numbers there, guys, and fruits and vegetables, of course, that's a lot of food. Now, some of this can be substituted. It says canned fruits and vegetables. You know, we show canned green beans, stuff like that. We show canned fruits and stuff. So yeah, I mean, you could definitely do it. You have to see how much is in quart size on a can. I don't know, so that's something I gotta look into myself. Water storage. Now, this here I don't agree with, only because I've been out there in the field and I know what it is when you're in the middle of Florida heat. But it says it may not be practical for your family to store enough water for 1 full year each member, so good water purification devices and methods are strongly advised. I agree with that. But they said you need 183 gallons of water. And that's what I'm not agreeing with. For one person for a year. And you need 1 gallon of bleach. So I think they need to reevaluate that one. Because depends on the situation, guys. Out in the field, and I had somebody mouthing off earlier when I was doing this, because I actually do outdoor survival training out in the middle of summertime down here in Florida. And on some of the hot days pushing 100, 101 degrees, and it's just a beat down heat, I'll go through 3 gallons of drinking water in a day. That's just non-stop, because you're non-stop sweating. Don't believe me? Hey, go out there and give it a shot. You tell me otherwise. You need to have water. You need to have water filtration. Now, maybe this 183 gallons of water is what you should keep access to for one person with a year, and plus water filtration. Okay, but 183 gallons of water, guys, that is a lot of water. That is that's a lot of water. All right, so you're trying to store that stuff up. Rain barrel systems, like this right here, 55-gallon drums. That is a great idea because you can collect that rainwater. You can easily purify it out with water filtration systems. So yeah, I get it's a good idea. I would say that's probably it's got to be that they're trying to incorporate that you have to have that much water on hand plus water filtration, because on top of drinking water, you also have sanitary hygiene, cleaning up, bathing yourself, yeah, you got to be able to do all that. That does take water to do. 1 gallon of bleach, negative on that one for a year, in my opinion. Bleach, once it's open, does not last very long, and surely will not last a full year. The potency of it degrades, and it degrades pretty quick. I wanted to say anywhere from 4 to 6 months, you got to toss that bleach. So if you're getting bleach, and it usually sells in a 1 gallon container, get you a couple of them. I would recommend that. Now, I believe this actually falls short on the 750 pounds of food that is recommended for people as far as prepper. That's always been a staple to go to. But, you know, this calculator here, let's see here, I'm going to put in 4 people for a year. That's 1,560 pounds of grain alone. 80 pounds of meats. You know, that's the dietary thing. We eat a lot of meat here at my house. A lot. There's meat at every meal. Sorry, I got a bing bong. Every meal has meat, and meat is denser than, you know, rice, potato flakes, all that stuff. So it's a good idea to look at it and kind of judge things, but you're gonna have to manipulate it your own self on what's best for your dietary needs. Looking at this though, I do not have cornmeal stocked up at all. And let me get back to the 1 person, see what that was for 1 person for a year. We do have a tortilla, flat iron, and stuff like that to make our own. But I'm sitting thinking about my stocks that I have here in the house and at other locations, and I don't have any cornmeal. And cornmeal is great. I like having cornmeal when I do fish fries and stuff like that. So when I cook up fish and stuff, put some oil down in a pan, fry them up. I like having cornmeal. So yeah, it's something to look at. They call 30 pounds for 1 year. 30 pounds of pasta for 1 year. Well, they haven't met me. Spaghetti is one of my favorite things in the world. I love my spaghetti, and I keep a lot of spaghetti sauce and spaghetti pastas. I keep a lot of macaroni noodles, and it does have the powdered cheese and stuff like that in it. Quick fix, full of calories, carbs. You know, I know from experience being out in the field, and when you are just spent, those carbs come in handy really, really quick. You burn through your carbs, calories fast out there, especially if you're having to do stuff. Now, if you plan on surviving the apocalypse, ride it out without any physical work, then yeah, you can go with a lighter thing, and you know, probably not load up in carbs and calories as much, or proteins. But in my belief and in my opinion, so let's make sure we get that out there. When it comes to a major disaster, even major natural disaster, guys, you're going to be burning carbs and calories. You're going to be going through that protein reserve. You're going to be going through that stuff. So you have to replenish it. I believe in having a dense caloric, dense protein, and dense carb diet. It's up to you on how much you want to eat. I will say this: if you start pushing a lot of calories down, you got to exert yourself. You got to work yourself out. You got to burn it down. But the good news is, you have a good meal to replenish it all. Eating high calorie diets right now and not exerting yourself is not good for you. You gain a lot of weight really, really quick. Just like I always gain weight. Every time I ever get hurt, I don't change my diet, and which sucks, because when I get fixed up, then I have to go back at it and I have to trim down on my diet and lose weight again. It's like when I tore up in my arm, that bicep tendon. I didn't change my diet, and I gained 20 pounds. Now I got to go burn that stuff back off again. So it's a vicious cycle, trust me. But during SHTF, you're going to be using, in my opinion, you're going to be using a lot of energy, and food is energy. All right, guys, so definitely check that out if you are interested in their Mylar products to store up, you know, dried rice, beans, all that good stuff. Hey, check out our links too. They are in the description. We are affiliated with them, so you don't get charged anymore. Most of the time, you get a discount for using our code, and you help out the channel. All right, guys, appreciate you hanging out with us. I'll speak to y'all later.